starring Tommy Rettig as Jeff Miller, Jan Clayton as his mother, Ellen, George Cleveland as Gramps, and, of course, Lassie.
Morning.
Good morning, dear.
Jeff sleeping late?
Oh, no, he was up now an hour ago.
Uh-huh.
See, that was some storm we had last night.
Well, I've seen worse. It blew some, though.
Once I thought lightning had struck the house.
Mom! Mom! Mom, look what I've got!
Oh, damn, what is it?
A duck! A mallard!
Oh.
Morning, Gramps.
What?
Look what I've got.
Oh, Jeff, not on the table, please.
Why not? He's clean.
Oh, he may be clean, but he doesn't belong on the table while we're having breakfast. As a matter of fact, he doesn't belong in the kitchen at all.
Wing broke.
Yeah, I know. The wind must have blown him against something. Can you fix it, Gramps?
I wouldn't pay. He's a nice fat drake, though. Make good eating.
Jeff, will you take this duck outside, please?
I will. Couldn't you fix his wing, Gramps, please? So I could make a pet out of him.
Too old, likely. You gotta get fledglings or hatch them out to tame them.
Oh.
Jeff, your eggs are ready. Or would you prefer live duck?
I'll take him out to the barn.
Yeah. That ought to hold him if he stays quiet.
He's sure pretty, isn't he?
Not pretty in the females. Lord was better to birds than he was to humans. Gave the males all the good looks. Look at you and me. Where you gonna keep him?
In the banty coop.
And I'll handle him gentle because that'd take a week or more to mend that wing.
Take it easy, fella. Take it easy. In you go. Now, you heard what Gramps said. You gotta stay quiet now till that wing sets.
How the ornithologist getting along?
The what?
Your ma's showing off. That's a 4-bit word for anybody that's got nothing better to do than mess around with birds. Which reminds me, I got a fence to mend.
No, Lassie, leave him alone. He's got to stay quiet.
What are you going to do with him when his wing heals?
Let him go, I guess. Gramps says he's probably too old to tame. But I could clip his wings.
Would you want to? Oh, why do chickens lay eggs everywhere except where they're supposed to? Because they're chickens, I guess. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Well, that's okay. I was just thinking. He must have been flying south with the whole flock when the storm hit him. But wouldn't he be better off here on the farm? He'd get all he wanted to eat, and nobody'd be shooting at him.
But what would he think about not being able to fly?
Do ducks think?
Well, now, that's an interesting question. We must ask Dr. Weaver sometime. But they do have instincts. They know when it's time to fly north. They know when it's time to fly south, and they know when it's time to have ducklings.
Well, if I kept him here, he never could have any, because there's no hen. Which do you think he'd rather do, fly or have a hen?
I have a cake in the oven.
Boy, I sure wish you could talk.
Now, when you get him to the marsh, just slip the cords off his legs and put him in the water, and he'll do the rest.
Why can't we let him go in the lake? Because there's no cover. In the marsh, he can hide until he gets used to flying again. I've told you that 1,000,000 times. You didn't even tell me once. I did so. You did not.
All right now. Be sure you get him up to the far end of the marsh where it's posted, because it's open season and you don't want him shot after nursing him and feeding him for 2 weeks.
I came out to say goodbye to our fine feathered friend. Way he's trussed up, he looks more like he's going into a stewing pot than off to freedom.
His legs are tied.
Oh. Well, happy landing, Mr. Mallard.
Never thought he'd give up that drake without an argument.
I'm glad he decided to let him fly and have his hen, too.
Huh?
I have a pie in the oven this time.
What's a market gunner, Gramps?
Men who shoot wild game and birds for market. There used to be a lot of them years ago, before the laws came in.
You mean people who sell what they shoot?
Yep, but they didn't care how they shot them. Years ago, there were tens of thousands of passenger pigeons heading south in the fall. Now there ain't one left.
Not one? Why?
Market gunners killed them all off. Come dusk, they'd roost in a tree and so thick sometimes that the branches broke. Then they'd either blast some shots into the tree or set off dynamite to stun them. Why, I saw a man come out of the woods behind the lake there with the back of his wagon loaded with 500 birds.
Golly.
It takes two kinds to make a world, the good and the bad. But we're just lucky we got more of the good.
Did he fly away when you released him?
No, I put him on a small pond and he swam. I don't even know if he can fly. Hello? Oh, just a minute, please. It's for you, Gramps. Doc Weaver.
Yeah, Frank. I don't understand that. It ain't like Jeff to get things wrong. Well, he ain't so good on arithmetic, but there's quite a difference between 5 and a couple of dozen. Thanks, Frank. You and Porky didn't get into any hard cider, did you?
What happened?
Frank says them men were shooting on the unposted part of the marsh. They had 5 ducks between them. Their guns were plugged and no live decoys.
It couldn't have been the same man.
Same description. How'd you know their guns were not plugged?
I heard 5 shots.
Well, they could have come from 2 guns.
No, I heard 10. 5 from each.
Don't raise your voice, Jeff.
But why doesn't anybody believe me?
Well, the best of us make mistakes.
Well, how could I make a mistake? And how could Porky? You said to put Medwick on the posted side, didn't you? Well, that's where I put him.
Well, it don't make sense to me, but Frank says he can't do anything about it. They're going to camp overnight and shoot tomorrow morning.
What's the matter?
Medwick. If he can't fly, they'll shoot him sitting on the pond.
Dad, honey, you're getting into the habit lately.
Habit? What habit?
You're getting into the habit of challenging Jeff and making him prove everything he says. Now, I don't think that's right.
Oh, fiddlesticks. You know kids. They see you 2 something before they get home. It's 4.
Well, that's normal exaggeration. You do it and I do it. But I don't want him to be afraid to tell us things. What was that? Are those shots?
Shots from the marsh.
Oh, then Jeff was right. Shooting at night's illegal, isn't it?
Yes. I hope Jeff didn't hear him, or he'll worry about that crippled Drake. I'm going to call Frank.
You sure they were shots, George, and not some truck backfiring on the county road?
Look, if I can't tell a 12-gauge shotgun from a backfire, I better get me ears examined. But not by you. Ellen heard them, too.
Did I hear my name mentioned?
Yes.
Hello, Clay.
Hello, Ellen.
No sense of me saying hello. I just said goodbye a couple hours ago.
Frank says them shots we heard were...
So loud, Jeff's sleeping.
I doubt it. I bet he's heard every word.
My wife said to tell you if I get called up here one more night, she's going to get a boat pass by the town council.
He's gone. Jeff's gone. Jeff's gone.
What?
Just as I thought. He heard the shots, and he and Lassie had gone down to get the evidence.
Well, don't just stand there talking. Do something about it.
Well, all right. Come along.
How many more?
About 15.
They're gonna get away. You go get Gramps. I'll try and stop them. Go ahead, get Gramps. Hey!
Oh, it's you again. Now, what do you want?
I lost something. Came back to look for it.
This time of night?
Let's scram, Dave.
You'd better not. You're surrounded.
What are you talking about?
Let go of me. Let go. Let go of me. Let go. Let go.
You're wasting time, Dave. Let's go.
Kid, you better learn not to stick your nose in other people's business.
Let go of me.
Pull her up, or I'll let her have it.
Lassie! Lassie! No, Lassie, no! Stop it! Stop it, Lassie! Stop it!
Come on, Dave. Let's get out of here.
We gotta get rid of that dog. You'll have her on her tail.
Okay.
No. Wait a minute. She's a good collie. I know a guy will give $100 for her. All right, kid, get her up in the truck.
No!
All right. Let her have it.
Get away from her, kid.
No, wait! I'll tell her.
All right, hurry up. Well, come on, get her up there.
Up, Lassie. She'll come back. You'll see.
Not where we're taking her, she won't. So long, kid.
Wait! What's the matter, Medwick? Can't you fly? Huh?
It's Lassie. She must have come out of that truck. Wait a minute. Let me out. All right, girl. Where's Jeff? Listen, you go get him and I'll follow her. All right, girl. Where's Jeff now?
Lassie'll be back. She'll find some way to get loose of him. We'll just wait here, because this is where she'll come. See? What'd I tell you? Look! Hi, Gramps.
You all right?
Sure. Look, I found Medwick. He can't fly.
Where's your bike?
Down the road?
Let's get it, and I'll pedal and you ride the handlebars. Your ma's probably sick with worry. Come on now.
What happened to the market hunters?
Clay and Frank went after him. Yeah, they sure had it coming to them. Yeah, I'll tell him. Bye, Frank. Frank Weaver. Remember those fellas that were market hunting?
How could I forget?
Came up for trial this morning. Judge Wheatley fined them $500 apiece and 10 days in jail.
Good.
Mom!
Yes?
Can you come out here for a second? Do you really think Medwick cares about flying anymore?
No, I guess not.